to use my planner, plan my day, and show you how I keep on top of everything that I need to do. This particular day was a pretty mellow day. It's not a normal day. I am, however, grateful when these days do happen where I don't have an incredibly busy day. Most of the time, though, I can fill up almost every line. So it's an unusual day, but I'll show you how I knock my stuff out and make sure that my lists are complete by the end of the day. So please stick around to see how I make all of this happen, and I hope that everybody enjoys. For anyone who would like to know, my dividers say today, tomorrow, this week, this month, and to do. Each one of those colors are labeled with a little sticky tab with each of those words on it. I like to keep my things color-coded, but it is not necessary should you choose to use this method yourself. "27-minute video. Oofta." For the kitchen video, I used 2 cameras. Will you please give your thoughts? I had way too much fun filming this kitchen video. As you will see, I start dancing. I'm beginning to be afraid it's becoming a habit. pattern I'm taking note of is that the music tracks in here are not the music that I listen to while I clean. Oddly enough, though, it seems to actually work for these. On this day, I decided to disinfect the floor with an all-purpose cleaner, Great Value brand, and it's 1 quart. My favorite part of filming has always got to be these after shots. Always worth it. Filming the bathroom this time taught me an incredibly wonderful lesson. I am, however, incredibly excited that I'm in my turtle shirt from a previous video that I had posted about going out and buying this turtle shirt. Maybe not the greatest idea. So I'm going to use the Scrubbing Bubbles wand to clean the toilet in citrus scent. As you can tell, I haven't opened this box before, so it took me a little bit to figure out how to assemble it. I did film the fact that I was struggling trying to figure out how to get this all together. So just keep in mind that it might have been a better idea for me to sit down and figure out how to put this thing together rather than just assembling it on the camera. Yeah, see, I didn't think that it was going to be this hard to put together. But I managed. I mean, it doesn't look too bad, and I even demo what you're supposed to do with it after you get it put back together. These rotten little things, they were so stubborn. They didn't want to come out of there. once again, it's always these aftershots that make all the pain and suffering worth it. So I hope you enjoyed cleaning the bathroom with me. And next up, we will be doing something special. It's the first time I've ever done it, so I hope everybody enjoys. So for the first time on this channel, I'm going to make an attempt at meal prepping. I'm going to meal prep some chops. I'm just going to put them into this bag. And in a moment here, you will see the actual recipe that I'm going to make. I hopefully will be able to link that down below. So if anybody wants to try this particular recipe, they can. I had actually found this recipe from a YouTube channel called Six Sister Stuff. They have a lot of really, really wonderful ideas for meal prepping and feeding your family. So, as you can see, I wrote root beer, if I'd actually hurry up, roast, and then I put the date on it. However, I did not put the time until later on. So, in your Instapot, you would cook this for 80 minutes. If you're going to put it into your slow cooker, I would recommend about 3 to 4 hours if you choose to make this recipe. It can be made with pork or chicken. I, however, chose to use beef. Those times are from frozen and not thawed, so keep that in mind when you're cooking your meats. That a frozen piece of meat is going to take much longer than a thawed out piece of meat. So if it's thawed like it is now, I would say 40 minutes, and if it were thawed out for a slow cooker, I would say maybe 2 to 3 hours. So for the root beer roast, the ingredients are as follows: sweet baby Ray's barbecue sauce, sliced onion, salt, and 12 ounces of root beer. It is recommended that you use standard root beer versus all artificially sweetened root beer, as the sweetness will help break down the meat and make it much more tender, as well as the slow roast that you would do versus a quick cooking. So if you have the time to be able to make this a slow process, your meat will actually come out incredibly tender. So here I'm using a washcloth to open the can, as sometimes I will get those cans that love to spray. And if I use a washcloth, I find the sticky mess, is not all over everything. So as I pour the can of root beer into the bag, I did realistically use the entire bottle of barbecue sauce. The roast that I'm using is a little bit bigger than what I would typically use, so I did realistically use the entire bottle of root beer, or barbecue. Sorry, it is called barbecue sauce. So I go ahead and put the roast into the bag and seal it up. I didn't really think when I went to go and mix all the ingredients together that the surface I was using was unstable. So every time that I noticed that the image was shaking, we'll call it shaking, that I would stop rubbing the bag. But you do actually need to incorporate all of the ingredients the best that you can. But again, I had a really hard time doing this because it shook the camera and made the camera weeble and wobble. And at this point, I just realized I forgot an ingredient. So now all I gotta do is put that meat into the freezer. I would love to announce that we have a sponsor on this video via Pandemic 2020. They were ever so kind as to send us this wonderful freezer. I can't get close enough to that, for our family to test out and see what we think. You too, should you choose, can have a freezer too. For anyone who would like to join in and get a freezer too.